Love me the pugs, man. They do not know they are little dogs. They're like French bulldogs. They do not know they are little dogs.
Nope, they got no clue. Stuart, are you all strapped aboard?
No, I've see it later. I'm just trying to figure out why.
Oh,
Just wonder if it's an LED range thing since I reinstalled it.
yeah, it could be.
Next door neighbors have a new puppy, and it can still get underneath the fence to my house, so he spends all the time over here playing with my dog. And anyway, I got this this bird thing that sits on the ground. It's like a big water deal. The birds come and drink water or whatever, and I put one of these solar powered spray things in it, so when the sun comes up, the thing puts this little fountain that sprays in the air, and the birds come and take baths. The little dog was over here today. Before the sun was high enough, it would come on, stay on. It would it squirts and then it goes off, and it squirts and goes off, and oh, he was having a ball jumping at that, barking at it. Oh, he was just having a blast playing with that. So there's my my huge dose of cute for the day.
And still, you got the afternoon with us.
Yeah.
How much more cute could you want?
I don't know, man. It's just,
Cancel that.
life is good. Mom's starting to be able to taste stuff again, so I can talk her into pizza tonight. It'll be a lemony man.
Right, so is this all the people that's going to be visiting me tonight? Is this it?
Yeah, pretty poor show, but you know that seems to happen when I organise things these days. I try, but you know, no one's interested in the stuff I want to do. So
I don't know what it is.
they don't like me.
Everybody likes you.
That's true. Everyone
You
does.
taste fabulous.
I do. Don't I, Stuart? 10
AT10.
Stuart's way, everyone tastes of fish. Oh, AT10, go on.
The instruments, someone spent so much time on those instruments, so I'm animating all of the instruments that came with it, unless you tell me don't fucking do that.
Oh no, you do. I shared the last update with the museum, and the guy just about creamed his pants. So.
Oh, well, he's gonna freak when he sees where we are now, because like half the instruments are up and moving, and start breaking out all the landing gear and stuff like that. So it's fun. Now I have to stop myself. Now it's like I make one little change and then I have to fly it for 2 hours.
Well, it's there to be enjoyed. It's been sat doing nothing for long enough, so it's good that it's getting some attention.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool. I don't know what we're gonna do about texturing. I'll leave that to smart people.
Well, yeah, I mean, is there the one texture with it? Does that still work?
It's hard coded into the model. It's not really
The text.
You can't use any visual effects on the fuselage.
No.
There are some textures. For some of the stuff has textures, wood texture and stuff like that for the framing, and that. But most of it is all like the insignia, the Army Air Corps insignia and stuff. That's all, as Stuart says, hard coded into the material colors. So I fixed all that shit. But
Yeah.
it's different. This is different, man.
It's that or nothing.
For now, until somebody wants to texture map it, which I kind of can do that, but I'm not good at it.
Well, the thing is, with all that hard-coded stuff, it makes it so much more difficult. So
Exactly. So I'm just
not
leaving
gonna
it.
Are you going to do a brief, Alex?
I'm gonna do it, but I was just taxiing up to the runway here. Although I say taxiing, you don't need any power or anything because it's so windy. Thing just moves. I suppose this is everyone anyway, isn't it? So we might as well. It's 3 minutes past. There's plenty of time built into the plan anyway, because plan is to have a little bit of fun halfway along. But yeah, so welcome all 4 of you.
Yay!
Yeah, 4 is a good number.
It's
One way
Alex.
Alex is here in the F-15D, because that's fucking what we requested, isn't it? Prick.
That's getting banned right away.
What's the point? Anyway, so yeah, the brief tonight is Stuart has eaten all the oysters because he loves them.
I hate them.
Yeah,
I'll have yours.
hates them. So we're going to have a little bit of a fun around the Inner Hebrides, down through some of the islands, and then we'll end up at Stuart's doorstep, fly over his house, annoy him, and on the way, we're going to have some fun with some crosswind landings. There's a little island I found which just presents some really interesting crosswind landings, so we can try and have some fun, and then we'll go down and we'll go from there. So live weather, please, unless it becomes totally problematic. I've been flying in it all day since 6:30 this morning. I've been practicing and flying around trying the weather. It's been doable.
It's raining now.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. It's been doable all day. So we shouldn't lose sight of each other or anything like that. We're going to be going on around 6,000 feet, keeps us clear of everything and gives us enough space to...
What time of day are we running?
I am currently running noon because it gives us enough light to actually see with this terrible weather. So that's the kind of plan. Our route is going to take us over from where we are at the moment at Tari. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I understand it's a Celtic name. Gonna fly over go over Mull to Oban, and then we'll head down to where we're having a little fun, as per the details that were in the forum post, and then trying to aim to get to Campbelltown for our half-time break, and then we'll proceed on to along the coast for the second half. That's about the fun. We're going to be going around 130, 140 knots. It will fluctuate with the wind, so we won't go all out. We'll have enough room for people to try and catch up if that is needed. And Stuart is going to be doing the takeoff on the multiplayer crew enabled commander that we've got. Aren't you, Stuart?
Yes, I am.
Oh my goodness.
So,
yeah. He's in my aircraft, and he is going to be flying until such point he needs to run off.
well, I've got no autopilot and I don't know about the navigation stuff that
Yeah,
works.
do not touch the autopilot because that'll crash us.
Really?
So, can you just hand over command, please?
Give me it.
Okay. You should have command.
I don't know, but right. I have command. I think.
It's all about control, mate.
Right. Brakes off, please.
Brakes off, you've got takeoff flap, everything else is set now. As soon as I set these brakes off, she's going to go because of the wind.
Right. Set the brakes off. I'll take control.
Okay.
Throttles open.
Stuart's going for it. Everyone follow us.
Airspeed indicator's not working.
Okay, 50 knots. 60 knots. 70 knots. 80 knots. 90 knots.
Rotate.
Oh, rotate, yeah, that's it.
Gear up.
Gear, travelling. Gear up.
Give me a heading bug, please.
And everyone else follow us. Okay, at the moment, if you want to head east,
East.
090.
Right.
That's west.
I know, I'm just getting the grips of it. Flaps up.
Laps up.
Well, I can't see you, so I'm going to turn 90.
I'm showing 160 knots. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
160 knots of the wind.
Yeah, yeah, airspeed's 170 knots.
Right, winding it back.
Wow, you're
Like
going.
yet.
You're
He is
going.
going. Yeah, slightly unusual thing for Flight Night tonight, but yeah, this was sort of a last-minute plan where Stuart would give us a go.
Fun.
We've been working on this for a while, and Rogue did some of the work to actually get it to work in the end.
Right, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Yes, please.
Okay, roughly about, I'm just 92, 93 degrees.
If you use the HUD, does it give you the airspeed?
It does. I'm watching it now. Right, hold. What would you like me to hold at?
Well, we were going to aim for about 140 knots if you can.
Okay, stand by. Drops it back.
I'm seeing nothing.
Yep, that's pretty much
Come
what it's
on.
like outside at the minute in my house.
Haven't tied it up yet.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you've been on holiday for like a couple weeks, eh?
Who?
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Where have you been, Ozzy?
Holidays and in the Hunsrück
What?
in West Germany for walking, trekking.
Oh, wonderful.
What's your altitude, Stu?
Just crossing 1600 at 132 knots.
Roger that.
I'm not one to put it in too steep a climb. Can't see what in front of me or below me or beside me.
I'm cheating on using the map so with traffic turned on so I can see where you're at because I ain't never going to see visually. That's okay. I'll find you. I'll find you. You can't get away
That's
from
what
me.
I'm doing as well.
You can't get away from me. Do da do da.
Okay.
So the place we just took off from, Turi Airport, was actually used to be RAF Turi, and that was where Coastal Command had quite a lot of sorties out of in World War II, and it was actually from there that 518 Squadron doing meteorological observations told Eisenhower that they should put off D-Day originally because the weather out in the Atlantic was so bad it was going to storm its way down the channel, and it was from Turi that they were flying those meteorological flights right out to the west into the Atlantic, and that was what affected D-Day.
Oh, there you go. Just come up for 4,000 feet and I'm on top of the cloud base now.
Visual. Oh, lost you again. You went into the cloud.
There are
Increasing my
plenty of
climb
those.
rate. Increasing my climb
User
rate.
joined your channel.
User!
Porky.
Okay.
¿Por qué?
Getting stoppages every now and again, Alex. You're rubber banding.
Oh, we're down to 80
Okay.
knots.
I've
Are we going to die?
I've lost power.
You've lost power. How have you done that?
I don't know. That must have been when you lagged out. Have you got
I haven't lagged out.
There's an F-16 on the pilots list now.
There is, yeah.
He's
Right,
turning
I've
left
lost
hard.
I've got to get back on to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I've got regained throttle control, so
Everybody seems to be turning to the left. Are we changing?
That's because he's turning left.
I'm turning right now and getting back on ahead. I still don't have any throttle, Alex.
Don't you?
No.
Okay.
level at 6K.
I can control the throttle if you want. We are now going through. Well, I'll let you get the altitude. I'm showing us
We're just coming up to 6,000.
6,200.
Yeah, it's showing me at 6,000 feet now. Leveling out.
Slowing down to 9-0.
There we go. The power's coming back up now.
There was something about an Irish lighthouse to the D-Day weather. They were the first fixed weather station, and they said it was nice gap in the weather, and I think that was when they actually said they were going to go for it.
All right.
There's a huge wall of cloud right in front of me.
Yeah, I'm seeing a wall. Alright, just go for it. We're climbing quite rapidly.
I know, I'm trying to balance it. There is a little bit of input lag, and every time you slightly rubber band for me, the control input changes.
There's a big rubber band now.
Yeah, oh shit.
Whee!
Whoa.
I see
Yeah,
some
no
blue
down.
light.
Oh, now we're dying. What's this about?
I don't know. Oh!
What's happening? You're
I
still
see-
climbing.
They're going crazy.
Oh, what's this? Stuart, come on.
This is what happened.
Grip, man.
Or less of a grip.
I've got serious
Oh.
input lags. I've got serious input lags.
I
That's
see
what's
a-
wrong.
See
Oh,
a
whoa.
commander diving, is that you?
Yeah, we're the one that's diving at the moment.
I need to hand control back. I've got too much of control lag.
No, you've got this.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, fuck. He doesn't sound
There we go.
pleased, Alex. He doesn't sound pleased. Okay,
Stuart
you're
never
up.
sounds pleased. I've never heard him
Well,
sound
that's-
pleased at all.
We are right now. I have a storm cloud here. It's nasty.
That's it. That's good. That's what we're here for. Challenging.
6,000
what you
feet
kids
is
are
our
doing.
aim.
6,000 is the. I've told my co-pilot to make it 6,000 feet. He's not doing very well.
Shut up.
Quit fooling around, Stuart. Have an oyster. Calm it. Calm down.
He was so excited when he heard about the oysters because he heard they were aphrodisiac. But he's probably been down in them all day. He's
No,
propping up his desk from underneath.
Margaret went to the Oyster Festival. I did not.
That's not
That's
good.
supposed to be a hint, Stuart. Poor Margaret.
And Margaret didn't have any oysters, she's telling me.
No, I don't blame her.
And neither did you, you big dummy.
Right, I've got to try and get this speed down. Hang on.
Speed's
What's
alright.
What speed were we on?
Well, about 140. It's coming back slowly. You just concentrate on trying to fly in the right direction for a minute.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it blanked up. 90-ish.
Climbing quite rapidly. I like this. I can just sit here and criticise.
You devil, you.
Well, I'm flying the instruments only. I can't see anything, so
I'm 6,000
You have
feet.
the
I'm
artificial
behind you.
horizon.
Yeah, I'm
I
behind you.
don't have the artificial horizon because it doesn't work in multiplayer yet.
Oh, do you not? Have you not got anything?
Nothing.
So how do
Oh.
you know what you're doing?
He doesn't
Well,
know
he
what
always-
he's doing. Watch him fly.
Stuart never knows what he's doing.
That's not true.
I can consider I'm flying basically on the default HUD.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing too bad with it.
No, we're doing all right. Speed's okay at the moment.
I'm catching up.
Heading's pretty good. The altitude's a bit wonky, but that's all right. We've got some hills coming up, so we're not too worried about that. Unless we start deviating too much, and in which case 6,000 is no good to us, and we're going to die. But
Well, I can't
Oh,
see.
I haven't seen any train around here over 6,000.
oh,
is there?
lag!
Oh no.
Oh, it's stopped.
Oh,
you're
that's
gonna
back.
die. You're gonna die.
No, all right. I don't know. What's the height of the mole over here? Is it giving me this?
It's not this high.
Oh yeah, I flew about this today. I didn't see anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we don't want to inspect it that much. 700. Oh,
see,
Christ.
Christ. you.
It's the lag, right? Oh no, come on.
I see you. I have a visual of you dying. Yay!
Ah!
No, that's aerobatics.
Oh, it's ACM, air combat maneuvers. Dun 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 dun.
There's going to be air vomit maneuvers if he doesn't come down.
Still looks like he's gonna
See, the
die.
problem, when it does that big lag, it seems to. It goes through all the previous maneuvers I've tried to do that couldn't do, and then it catches up against itself. Right, okay.
I got a visual on you again. You're a little high, man. You're too high, man.
I'm 6,200 according to this.
Sorry, we have telephone call from the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Should maybe I put my yoke in this computer instead of the helicopter sticks.
Maybe. We're a bit late now.
Just to get it trimmed them out.
I can't believe I'm actually close to here.
Can't believe I'm actually doing this. Last time we did this, it didn't end well.
No, it didn't end well at all, did it? No.
But that had something to do with the autopilot jamming one side's throttles full open.
Yeah. I've got some things that are broken on this version of the Commander that haven't previously been broken.
But you see, I was rewriting the code for the multiplayer, but has not completed it yet. So that's probably why things aren't working.
I have an intermittent visual on you. I'm right here, just above you and to your starboard side. There you are. Ha ha. You know, if we crank it up about 1,000 feet, we'd probably be out of these clouds, eh?
I'm more than top of them at the minute. Just.
Gonna be passing just over Glenforsa Airfield in a minute. That's a nice little airfield on Mull. They got a hotel there, so you can land in the grounds of the hotel and then.
Yeah, not in this you won't.
Oh, probably not. No. They take light aircraft. The guys always advertising it on Facebook. They do. I think they do fly-ins and things like that for light aircraft. Oh, some lags coming your way, Stuart.
Yeah, I can see that. I let go of the stick as soon as it started, so I didn't put any input in.
That's oh.
There we go, that's it coming out.
oh.
This is so funky trying to stay with you. Oh my god. Ooh.
Oh god. Oh.
You're okay.
Sounds like you're trying to deal with a bad oyster, Stuart. I bet there's noises like that coming from your toilet blocks tonight.
The visual is fabulous. Oh my goodness.
It's the oyster ball tonight.
The oyster I didn't know they had them.
Exactly, I was just going to say. Oysters.
Do you have to lift it up and check?
I don't know.
Here, oyster, turn your head and cough.
And they only have one, eh? So what's the oyster ball? Is it just like a dance that you've got to pay 20 quid to get into?
It's 25 apparently, Margaret.
25? I wasn't far off then.
You get your dinner for that, she says.
Well, I was going to ask, do you get a decent dinner?
No, you get oysters. Duh.
It's in the Northwest Castle, which is the big hotel in the town. The main one, so presumably.
I would imagine oysters feature quite heavily.
Oh, God.
Sucks to be you, brother.
It's been really nice after all the sewage they've been dumping in the seas recently.
I went for a walk down the seafront the other day after they'd been pumping it out, and it literally was it just smelled of everything.
Of everything. That's descriptive.
Guess,
it was shit it smelled of.
Guess which potential leader cut 200 million out of the environmental budget?
Well, let's not get political. It's all Corbyn's fault.
Really?
Okay, let's make a turn, shall we? Because we've been doing some. All right, let's try and make a turn.
No, I'm handing the control back to you for the moment, so carry on.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna take control. Then bear with
You have
me.
control.
I have control.
Carry on.
Let's give it a wiggle of the wings. We're good.
We did the official takeover there. Didn't we?
We did. Yeah, that
have
worked
control.
pretty well. And you will be able to tell I have control because the flying will be a lot better smoother. There'll be none of that silliness.
Yeah. Are you going to be picking on Stuart again, eh? Well, why are you turning right now?
Okay, well, I said there was going to be a turn. We're going to turn right. We're going to be turning to roughly about 240 at the moment.
Boing, 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 boing. Look how high you are, Alex.
I know. I'm going to correct that. Don't worry. Although, are you happy at this altitude video? Is this keeping you on top of the clouds, you're saying?
I'm always happy. I'm just a dummy. I'm always happy.
Oh, look, the guy that was in the F-16 is now flying a Da Vinci F-35A. You're arming the enemy, Buddha.
Well, you know, he doesn't have any. He needs an aircraft that tastes good.
He's flying an F-35, you no fucking taste whatsoever. Well, let's see how many disasters we can have on darkness hours tonight.
There won't be any disasters.
I didn't think there was going to be any last night. We got smashed lamp in that front of the building. And I was cleaning buildings till 1 o'clock this morning.
Okay, we're going to make our heading 210 for the moment. Altitude 7,000. I'm going to try and hold it around 140 knots.
You can turn the landing lights off, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Take the bone away from the dog. What altitude are you looking for now? 6?
7,000.
Liar, 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 liar. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong dummy.
The new multiplayer co-pilot stuff we're using is way quicker responding than the stuff that's in the light.
Yeah, it should be good when it works.
Yeah, once you get the instrumentation sorted out, that'll be fine. It'll be quite easy to roll it out to other aircraft then.
In theory.
In theory, yeah.
We have been working on this one for what, 8 months now?
Yeah, but that's only on and off. I'm constantly working on it. 8 months.
No. We did spend quite a lot of time on it, and then Rogue has helped.
So an SR-71 come up on my pilot's list.
Yeah, he keeps changing, that chap.
How does he change aircraft so quick without respawning it starting flight gear?
I think is there a new one of the new versions of FlightNight you can change the aircraft?
Well, I've got the latest nightly that you need to go, so.
I might have been making that up. Perhaps it's just restarting really quickly.
Well, there's an option under File to change your aircraft. It says in development. It doesn't work.
I don't have that yet. I must be using an older version.
I've got this one. I'm not going to try it just now, like, because it might screw up some of the multiplayer cockpit.
Yeah. If you go into File, it says Aircraft Center Experimental, but it doesn't do anything. But Microsoft Flight Sim X used to be able to change your aircraft in flight.
Oh yeah, and Microsoft Flight Simulator, you've always, until the most recent one, you've been able to change in flight.
But it's shit.
Well, yeah.
So I am back and you are far away, I reckon.
Allegedly.
Where? Ozzy, you're about 14 miles away.
Okay.
Current heading is 210.
It's not going to be many screenshots tonight. We just can't see anything except the cloud.
No.
That's not too bad now for me.
Yeah, I'm alright up here. I can see some clouds.
Can
Yeah, well,
see
the one-
Alex.
The cloud base where I am right now is where you're flying to, and the cloud base is about 100 feet, and you got about 5 mile visibility.
Like I said earlier, when the commander at 140 knots, that's two and a half minutes worth of reaction time.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not heading to the ground, obviously.
Yes.
Did you see that thing in the news earlier? There was a guy had stolen a King Air and was threatening to crash it into a supermarket.
What's wrong with people? Why would you crash a perfectly good airplane?
In a perfectly good supermarket.
No,
Was
no,
it-
it was Walmart. It wasn't a perfectly good supermarket.
There's a radio player, I think it's based on a true story about American serviceman stole something, and he was trying to fly back to America from England in a Hercules, I think.
Oh
is-
God!
That if you read up about that, that is supposedly a true story. There's lots of things about that online saying that it is true. That I think it was in the 70s or something. An American ground crew stole a C-130 and tried to fly back to his girlfriend in America, and supposedly crashed it in the English Channel, heading in entirely the wrong direction.
Wasn't crashed, it was shot down by a hunter, apparently.
Well, that's what they say. That's what they say, but there's nothing that can be found about that.
No.
Your
Apparently,
current heading?
I think a couple of years ago, someone was looking for it for some reason. But
Yeah, they tried to find it, but the information's too, scant, crap. There's not enough details. I'm going to shortcut. It's getting kind of dark and everybody can see me sitting at the screen.
What's your
Hello.
current heading?
it's currently 210. I'm going to make a slight adjustment. We're going to change that to 220 now. Turning right 220.
I can't see anybody from my perspective, but I can see everybody from everybody else's perspective. What is this?
It's flight gear.
Oh my!
Your altitude is nearly
Altitude is
7,000
7,000 feet.
$68.97.
I'm getting closer.
Voodoo, it says you're at 11,000.
It does.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh my God! Well, what the fuck?
Could be a point in not seeing us.
Fuck you. I mean, oh, thank you, Ozzy.
You're very welcome.
He's trying to work on his suntan.
No, I'm just screwing up. I got COVID brain. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it.
Anyway, I found I was downloading some pictures of Port Stanley for my scenery, and there were some Aero commandos at Stanley Airport, which the RGs were using.
Oh, really?
And there is an RG livery for this in the the livery pack for this model waveplane. Is there a way of making low poly models from flying models?
Not used.
Yeah, yeah, you can strip out vertices. I can't remember how to do it. I think AC3D will allow you to strip out vertices, so it'll just
Yeah,
take
you can
out the
just
ones that think-
reduce it by a percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in X-Plane they call them low poly models and stuff.
Yeah, if you just strip out the vertices, it'll
Well, you don't need the interior with it. So,
that's the thing in flight gear. To be honest, with most of these models, if you take out the interior and all the nasal code and thing, it'll be fine for an AI model.
you can just
Well, the static models are not moving; they're just on the
Yeah.
ground scenery.
Yeah, if you strip out all the interior and all the nasal, it'll work fine.
you just paint the glass grey, so you know. you don't need
I was thinking about putting the craters on Port Stanley runway because I've got a nice photo of the angle and the number of craters, but there isn't the bloody landmass on the flight gear scenery to be able to do it. But I found there is some smoking craters you can get in the standard scenery pack.
Yes, there are. Yeah.
Scenery is something else we've been tinkering with lately.
Indeed, it is. Anyway, we're this little island in front of us is actually where we're going to go and have a play at some crosswind landings. So I'm going to throttle back and start to glide down.
I'm going to watch.
We've got. I'm going to say it wrong because it looks like it's Colonsay. I think it's Colonsay. Stuart? Would you say that as a Scotsman?
Colonsay.
Yeah, it's definitely not Colonsay. I know that.
No, it's not Colon.
It just looks like it.
Colonsay.
There is a lot. If you all kind of follow me down, there is a lot of power lines on this, and I'm not sure if they're going to help us very much. But if you come at the runway from the wrong angle, you're going to be looking at some power lines quite close.
They'll help you stop pretty quickly.
They will help you stop.
Rather abruptly.
Yeah.
The carrier landing.
The hard way.
But I'd recommend that we come in from the seaward side of this, coming from the west-hand side. So I'll do an overhead, and we'll come down and we'll land, and we'll do a reasonable crosswind landing. Hopefully, take off again, and then we'll head to Campbelltown. Unless it gets really entertaining.
Campbelltown's a former F117 base.
So they say.
It was. I see the airfields. Not a lot of population centres on this island.
No, I've actually tried this one in all of the sims today to see how it goes. Tried MSFS and X-Plane as well to see how it's.
How fast are you going, mate?
180 at the moment.
Sorry, back again.
Hey, welcome back.
So what was it like in the other sims then?
The other MSFS has better land class data. Obviously, it's got far better definition to the terrain.
It's actually just using a better orthodox photo on top of us, lesser defined terrain. We know that.
Well, yeah, but the coastline data is a little bit better, and it looks better as an island. It shows off in things like this, where we're missing the coastline detail and things like that. It does show up, although it looks good in the orthos, like right now from 2,000 feet. It looks really good in flight.
Looks pretty cool.
But and Microsoft just have the coastline, and when you're looking at a little island, it makes quite a bit of difference. But from a distance, Microsoft looks terrible because the way it does the rendering is it.
It's a game engine, that's why.
Yeah.
Could you briefly brief me on the current plan?
Current plan is to land at Colonsay Airport because it should provide us with some interesting crosswinds. The hills around it mean it gets a little bit buffety. We're going to come in from the seaward side, we're going to do a landing, and everyone's going to depart again without crashing into any of the power lines around it.
That's Echo Golf, Echo Yankee, I reckon.
No. I can't look right now.
But the one where you are now.
Jesus Christ.
Yes?
What happened there?
It lagged for a second. I'm going to go around again.
Shall I set down if I can?
Please do. Make it good. And watch out for the tanker that's ploughing towards the island that's been there for about 3 days. Cargo ship on the side there.
I don't see it. I couldn't get my terrasync to sync at all on this island. Just kept coming up with
Not
errors.
gonna happen.
I'm in tower view. Oh Jesus. Tower view is in the middle of the runway.
I just see commanders diving for the ground.
Well, we came in way too high. By the time I could spot it in this weather, it was like I was like at 3,000 feet or whatever. I'm on that. I got it. I got it this time. Put a B-26 on this thing a half a dozen times today, so. Somebody's on the ground and nowhere near the runway.
Boink. Boink, missed the cub. Oh, the
Boink,
C-22.
Yeah, look out, look out.
Yeah, that's a farmhouse over there. That's not nothing to do with the airfield.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go around with this power lines right in front.
See, I don't get them. I didn't get the terrasync. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Where are we gonna park up at?
Left hand side near the. If you've got the terrasync, there should be a little parked
Roger that.
Cessna Caravan or a twin. The power lines.
There's a guy who's done a lot of the airfield modelling in Flight Sim, FX in the old days, and I think X-Plane recently. So all the little flying clubs are all got scenery for them.
Well, we've been experimenting with a new way of doing scenery.
Yeah, Stuart's been very busy, very successful
It's a point.
to a point, but hopefully we should be able to generate some better scenery for certain things, buildings.
It'd be helpful if it rendered at the correct scale, though.
Yeah, it was a little bit small.
Yeah. Well, it was originally. It's not small now. I've rescaled all the stuff. Have you tried the helipad in the villa?
No, I couldn't find the villa.
The villa's on the hill just east of the castle.
Ah, okay. I was too busy playing with the castle.
Is that what you kids are calling it nowadays? Playing with the castle?
It is.
Playing with the castle.
Look, darling, we're going to play with the castle.
There was no undercarriage in that commander, whoever
Like-
that was.
Something different than beating the bishop.
I guess it would have been a good idea to get the gear out.
Yeah, the
Oh
gear,
my
gear
goodness.
really helps, yes.
Apart from that, landing was great. Okay, I reboot.
Boot and reboot went out on a boat. Boot fell in. Who was left?
Here comes Alex.
Let's try this again. Boot and reboot went out in a boat. Boot fell in. Who was left?
Nothing. Nobody.
Nobody's gonna play. Okay, just
No, we're not going to play.
it's not. It's
Oh,
like
she's not slowing down, Stuart. We're doing this thing again, aren't we?
I'm not. I haven't. I'm not. I'm disconnected. I'm not.
It's doing this thing. I cannot get it below 100 knots. Oh no, not again.
oh,
This is what happened last time we did the dual controls. We couldn't land it because it won't slow down.
I
Right,
think
okay,
sometimes with the
I'm gonna have to kill the
helicopter-
engine.
No. Alex, level out, hand me control. I'll shut my throttles. Okay, I think it's because I leave my throttle when the throttle's open. Tell me when I've got control.
Hang on, have you done it? Because I no. Okay,
No.
all right. All right. Okay. Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1. You have control.
My throttles are closed.
Okay. I have control. Let's see if we can land this now.
See if you can land it now. I'm jumping out. I'm bailing.
Now the RPM is pegged. Okay, interesting. Alright, I'm going to... well, there's going to be no go around. I'm going to kill the engine on final.
Oh God, dead stick. I gotta watch this. You're on,
I was gonna say-
no pressure. You're on camera.
Yeah, did you check the autopilot isn't engaged?
Autopilot is not engaged.
How about doing a reset input to the debug menu?
Maybe. Yeah, let's have some fun. Let's kill them.
Does everybody see like 2 aircraft?
What
There should be
aircraft?
two parked up, yeah.
No, flying in. If it's you coming in to land.
No,
On my...
you shouldn't see that one because it's me. I'm inside it.
You mean on the
Yeah,
radar,
well,
on the
it looks like two. It looks like 2 copies. Very close together.
on the map or?
No, I'm just looking from tower view, and you're
Oh.
coming in to land, aren't you?
I am. Well, that's the plan.
It's merging into one now because you're coming towards the tower. I was getting it earlier on. I thought it was somebody else following you very closely, but
Well, technically, I'm following very closely, like the next seat. If your one's got a difference in the way the multiplayer planet's set up,
It's good, Alex.
it'll register me as the glider within the commander.
That was expert, bro. Expert.
I can get back in now.
Yeah, it took enough attempts.
how do you get it to stop so quickly?
No engine.
Brakes.
Well, it was partly the brakes, but I was approaching that at 65 knots.
Mine's suddenly taken off on its own with no throttle.
Yeah. Put the brakes on.
It's quite windy. Okay, let's line up on the runway, and we're going to head down to Campbelltown now.
I'm going for a drink. I shall be right back.
Look at you using the joys of being the second pilot.
Yeah, I can do what I like.
Well,
I can go and have a party in the back.
Sorry, guys, I have to leave. Too much.
all right, Ozzy. Thanks for
busy
coming
in
along,
the
man.
hospital.
See you, Ozzy.
Nice seeing you, man. We'll see you
you.
next time.
User disconnected from your channel.
Nearly ended up playing on the sand on the beach.
No time for such festivities.
No, I was watching you coming into land, and even though there was throttles down at 0, it decided it was going to take off on its own.
Well, when there's enough wind, it seems to do that. I think that's it probably needs looking at. I think they changed the friction thing in one of the recent flight
Well,
gear
that
nightlies.
the RPM's really high.
Okay, we're going to be heading out of here about 160 degrees, I think, something along those lines. But for those that have got it, there are power lines to the left. We're going to have to watch, and straight ahead, so try and climb and get some altitude when you can. Watch for me rolling.
Target speed 140 again, sir.
Yes, sir. Climb to about 2,500 feet this time. about 160 on the heading bug. I've got the altitude.
I'm back.
Welcome back. For those looking around, if you can see enough, we've got the Isle of Jura on the left and Isla the front and right.
I think there's
Well,
good scotch that comes from
Obviously
there.
the best whiskey in the world.
Yeah, bam. Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's only been 5 weeks since I've had a drink now.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's fine. I've hidden all the whiskey, so can't say it. I gave my girlfriend all my beer. So I've only got the whiskey in the house and it's hidden, and that's fine. I don't mind. I'm trying to be healthy. I did have Stuart. You're not going to bring up yesterday, are you?
I am. I said, you know what, I'm not supposed to. And if you go back to drinking the booze when you know you're not supposed to, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've been eating healthily and doing really well for 5 weeks, and then yesterday I had a really busy day. Doing loads of stuff around my girlfriend's house and helping her. She's redecorating, so we were doing loads of stuff. Runs down to the tip and back and putting up furniture and painting and various things.
You had a minor relapse.
It was busy, so we got a kebab for dinner, and let's just say very quickly backfired. My body did not like the fact that I was eating junk after so long of being good, so it decided to punish me.
Oh my. Well, that's what you get.
It was very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Hey, okay.
But you're fine
Oh.
now, eh?
Fine now, back on the healthy food today, so all good.
There's a storage, you know, right?
I think that's Kale Isla, that one, for those that are interested in their whiskey. In fact, there's two, and I'm not even sure which one that might be.
I corrected that floating distillery off Tobermory
Well done, you're doing important work.
because it was in the middle of the sea. I don't know why. And it
I
was about
remember that one, yeah.
about 100 miles out of position. But it was the actual proper model for it. So why it ended up there, I
Well,
don't know.
someone's done the problem. Yeah, that's that one. Just on our right now is Boona Harbin.
Yeah, there's some clever modelers on the quiet. There's one, what, I don't know. She's done some of the models round Yorkshire, stuff in Leeds and some churches and stuff. But does them all over the country.
Well, the stuff I've been playing with will make things a lot quicker and easier for accurate model representation of certain buildings or areas for that streets.
Yeah, well, I made a lighthouse to go near Stanley, Pembroke, Cape. Unfortunately, there was no bloody land where there should be, so it's floating out in the sea.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit of an issue.
I can render the chunk of land as well, though.
Yeah, well, I think the land mesh for the Falklands, it isn't as complex, it isn't accurate as
No,
it should be.
It's what they call the first generation. This,
So what-
the stuff here is second generation. Scenery 2 is second generation. The stuff in Falklands and most of America is still Scenery 1.
Yeah, because if you're trying to follow it off the maps and stuff, you know, where you're placing stuff, there's no, it's just water. You know, the promontories of the land sort of run out early than they should do.
There's another one to your left, Alex.
Is there another one to the left, is there? Oh, where have we gone now? Craig House, I think. I don't know that one, that's a Jura one. It does please me that one of the few things that is so right in flight gear is the placement of distilleries. Everything else can
Yeah.
go to hell, but got it, we've got the distilleries in the right place-ish. Apart from the one that was floating, obviously.
Well, if you got the time and the inclination, you can improve flight gear quite easily.
You can indeed, yeah.
Oh god, this is that nightmare putting stuff in flight gear. Specifically if you've got one OSM building in the way.
Now that is a problem.
Yeah, we've been trying to battle through that, and there's a couple that I just can't get rid of, which are really annoying me at the moment.
Well, I've been doing this scenery for the Falklands, and I've done Ajax Bay, not a true sort of thing. It's just to sort of represent where it is. And there's two bloody yachts tied up at the jetties, and I cannot get rid of them for life and the money.
Have you tried, if you go into the debug menu and you click the print visible scene info, have you tried that?
No.
Okay, so if you zoom in on something and you look right at those yachts and only those yachts, so you get the UFO and you zoom right in on that, you go to the debug menu and then you click print visible scene info. It'll dump into the console all of the models it can see in that view, and it'll tell you which ones they are and where it is. But I suspect it's like the problems that me and Stuart have been having, where it, for some reason, sometimes it just calls some random models from. You can't find where it's calling them from, and they're generic models, so you can't delete them. Unlike, you know, if you're looking at buildings that are custom for that area, you can just delete the building if you don't want it in your particular version of the scenery. But if it's calling a generic one, you can't go and delete it.
Yeah, well, I found in the standard scenery, because it's actually putting in jetties and stuff, and there's a lot of fishing boats and a few freighters. But I thought I took them out, but they're coming from somewhere else anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem me and Stuart have been having. We've managed to get rid of hundreds of objects, and there's just, well, I've got about 3 railway sheds that are poking up through the middle of a castle grounds, and can't get rid of them.
I'll have a look at that tomorrow.
The only thing I've found helpful is, if you zoom right in on it and you click print visible scene info, it does tell you exactly what it's looking at, so it'll tell you which model it is, and you'll be able to look at it and you go, yeah, that's the right model. But then the issue is trying to work out where it's been, where it's called from.
The other issue I've been having is you paint these ships correctly, then when you put them into the scenery, it screws up all the graphics. And then you've got to backtrack and reverse everything, and it's...
Fuck. Sorry.
Where'd you go?
Miles away.
What the hell?
I was clicking around. I was clicking around the map. I'm using that fine map, and I tried to drag the map, and I accidentally clicked on the airplane, and it drags the airplane wherever you click it.
Well, drag it back.
I have dragged it back. It'll be there in a second.
Oh, there you are. You little devil, you.
It's very dangerous that if you try and do it on the ground, because it doesn't take into account the height of the ground. So if you can end up knocking your propellers off and your undercarriage if the ground changes in height.
Yep.
Because I try and use it sometimes at the start, so that not everybody's spawning on top of everybody.
You.
You have to be really careful, or you end up screwing your model up.
Got to be careful when you're spawning. Take that from your old Uncle Voodoo, kids. I'm experienced with that. You just get yourself in a kink. You know what I'm saying? Kink. Ouch. Ow.
So where they sit the graphics screws up on the model, is that to do with the file format of the graphics textures?
What do you mean it's screwing up?
Right, I'm using AC3D, getting a ship model, then I'm painting it, getting everything to line up so the flag's in the right place, the ship's numbers are in the right place, and so it looks hunky-dory. Then you use a UFO to put it into the scenery, and then it screws all the graphics, so it's all back as the way round and stuff. So you have to go back into AC3D, and then you do flip horizontally or flip vertically, and then sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
What kind of textures are they?
Well, most of them, because they started off, a lot of them as bitmaps, I've converted them to DDSs.
Well, that's your problem, because DDS, they'll need to be flipped vertically.
I've done a couple where I've done it into PNGs, and it does the same with them.
Well, if they can't, once they've been put in a DDS, no matter what you turn them into, they're going to be flipped.
No, it's inside AC3D where you have to, because somehow when they do the conversion using that converter, they don't line up properly, so you do a vertical flip in AC3D and then they line up again properly. But they don't display correctly when you put them into flight gear, that's all.
Depends on how they were mapped. I do that a lot when I convert models that I get that are in .mdl, and they use DDS textures. When you convert from the .mdl to a .ac, all of the textures are upside down. They've all been flipped vertically from DDS. So even if you convert them to .bmp or .jpg, you have to flip them vertically or they will not line up. That's all I know.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. I've been converting them from the MDLs. Some of them are bitmaps and some of them are DDSs. And then when you get them into the 3D modeler, I get them to look right. But then it doesn't look right in flight gear, so it's just a bit weird. Some do and some don't. I just don't know if I knew what the pattern was, I'd be able to standardise.
Yeah, this conversion business can make you crazy, which doesn't really hurt if you're using flight gear. You don't have to be crazy to do this, but it really helps.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to a point now. I think I've done enough of this Falklands thing. I just need somebody who wants to be the flight leader, because I think it'd be a nice helicopter flight, but my flying's not up to it. So if there's any, well, what I've done is I've recreated San Carlos Sound with a load of ships, all with helipads. There's the landing beaches, and it'd be a sort of like a flying from the ships to the shores, and then a flight around the island.
That sounds like fun. Okay, we got Campbell. We'll come back to that in a minute. We got Campbelltown down here at about our 11 o'clock. so we're going to need to circle in and do some of the landing stuff so we can have our half-time break. So
Right.
you can overfly it and come back if you want. Again, I'd probably suggest landing from the west seaward side. So I'm gonna do an overhead join, come out to the right and come back in again. You can follow me should you wish, or break and land at your discretion.
On one of the longest runways in Europe.
Yeah, you won't have any problems landing here.
You may get lost before you reach the end.
So why did they build such a big runway here?
It's what it was, military. And it was the Americans.
Technically, the reason they gave was an alternate shuttle landing site, wasn't
There was that as well, yeah.
They said that about Elvington. They made a concrete pad for parking up, and it's 49 square acres of concrete.
But if you want all the conspiracy theories in the world, go and search for RAF Macrahanish and see what you like to read.
Jesus, this is a long runway. Oh my God.
There was a SEAL training base here as well, by the way.
Where are we parking up, sir?
Tower's on the right, I think, isn't it?
Left, sir, as we're coming in.
Park on the left then.
Whoa. That's a road.
Don't land in the road.
I mean, I was going to use it as a taxiway, but none of the taxiways go to the frickin' tower. So I'm on the road. Look out, you guys. Look out. Look out. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We're having fun now. Boink, boink. Stupid automobiles. Can't even fly and stuff yet. My dog does that all the time. Runs out in front of me and then stops dead. You know what I do with him? I kick him off the porch.
Seems there's a road on this taxiway as well.
There's roads
The wheel's
everywhere.
on the road. It does not like that. That's a
Here comes
bumpy
Alex. We'll
road.
see.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll stop there. We'll have a 5-minute break. Everyone go get a drink and then we'll come back and do some more.
Roger that.
and do a weather refresh and see how it looks. It doesn't feel like it's
It's
changed in
not
a while.
going to look much better, to be honest.
Well, no, it doesn't look too bad at the moment. I've got relatively reasonable. Oh, look, things look all right. I can see quite far. And we're not that far from you here, are we?
Far enough for me to make a big difference.
Far enough. Yeah, I mean, I've got nice looking, not nice looking, but it's not terrible looking weather here.
Is anybody having frame rate problems? Mine's dropped down from 60 to 9.
Yeah, awful faint there, Ollie.
Is anybody else having scenery frame rate problems? Mine's frame rate's dropped down from 60 down to 9.
I was having issues earlier where about 2 hours into doing my testing, I dropped from 60 down to about 13 and I couldn't get it back. There was no reason why. It wasn't doing anything to the GPU or CPU. Stuart suggested it might be a hard drive thing, but I've got it running now, checking everything, and it's not using any of my hard drive space.
Did you ignore that F-16?
Yeah, they're both ignored.
I wonder, does that make any difference?
Some of these aircraft are horrible over MP. I mean, just literally horrible.
Why can't they fuck off and find their own place to play?
Because
they
that
love
wouldn't be
us.
annoying us.
They're not annoying me.
Not annoying me either, but they think they're annoying. That's why they're there.
They do think they're annoying, bless them. It's very sweet.
It is very sweet.
They're like, let's go and annoy them. I'm like, nah.
That's
You
what they
gotta
know
annoy
about
me.
for.
Well, I don't even do that because I'd like to see how they can annoy me. You know, anyway.
Well, there must be morons if they turn up to a twin prop flight in fast jets
Yeah.
Rayonics
Okay, right.
does
and then
it.
and then shadow us.
Rayonics does this continuously. He always attends quite often, but he'll never bring the specified aircraft.
I put it down to poor piloting skill.
You could be right.
It's like
Could be.
today on the talkback radio. There's still people phoning in on chat radio saying how wonderful Boris Johnson is and how much good stuff he's done.
You lasted about an hour there before you got political again.
Yeah, well, I did say something earlier when Voodoo were talking about his COVID. I said there's two popular people who caught it and survived. Wouldn't it have been a shame if they didn't?
Oh, not
Mentioning
really.
no names. And they both got sort of a fairish hair. One's a bit of a colour of a bloody rug, but
Don't you worry, Ollie. Prime Minister Truss is going to sort us all out.
well, she's another one mad as a box of bloody spanners.
You're on a list, you know. You're on a
You're in
list
good
now.
company.
Yeah, well, I've got that on Monday to come. We have a big meeting with our management.
All good fun.
Not really.
It's all fun and games until somebody gets their ass kicked, and then it's hilarious.
Oh,
Well,
poor Flash.
they've been advertising for a year for people to do my role, and they can't get anybody because the money's crap. But we're taking on board still loads and loads of people and getting loads and loads of money from the government, and they're getting a really poor service. And I put this to the principal, and all I got back was, in a couple of years there'll be a recession and there'll be loads of people looking for a job.
Well, I mean, that's probably true.
But
I'm just way to look at it, but yeah, it's probably true.
I'm just waiting for when we get Osteded next, because then we can explain to the Osted inspectors why aren't these people being looked after. Says, well, the principal says we have to wait while there's a recession, but she's an Osted inspector.
Every place around here is begging for people.
See, the problem is everybody who leaves school now thinks they can be a doctor, a scientist, or some sort of high class job when they probably not fit to dig ditches. You know.
Oh no, digging ditches is far too complex.
Yeah.
How many commanders we got? Yeah, we've only got 3 commanders left. Alright lads, we'll take off. We'll go 090, 2,500 feet, 140 knots, and we'll fly down the coast and hopefully go and annoy Stuart. But I'm not looking at many clouds in the sky. What's everyone seeing?
Well, outside
Let me
the house
refresh.
right now, it is quite closed in, foggy, and rainy.
I think our issue is going to be... Sorry, we're rolling now. I think our issue is going to be that actually Flight Gear gets its weather from Ireland, doesn't it?
Belfast, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it from Belfast, so it might be seeing that, which is stupid, given that we're going to be near
Well,
Prestwick.
They shut the weather station down at Westbrook.
But I don't know why. Well, I don't know why it's closer, but it should get it from Prestwick. I wonder what I'll get this set up, get a climbing stable, and then I'll have a look and see what the meta is.
Belfast is 30 miles away, Prestwick's 50. Something.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to turn 090.
Campbelltown is pretty well populated.
Following you.
Campbelltown is, yeah. What's the ICAO for Prestwick?
EGPK.
At the moment, EGPK is VFR, 10 kilometers visibility, 4,500 foot ceiling, 8 knot winds. So even if it was getting it from there, it'd be relatively accurate. A few clouds, 2,500. Broken at 4,500. 10 kilometers visibility, so. Ooh, there's a weather refresh.
A commando's aerobatic.
Well, I mean, you saw Stuart flying it earlier.
No, there's someone in front of me is doing rolls.
I've seen I've seen videos of some guy doing some crazy shit in them.
Oh yeah, Bob Hoover used one, didn't he? Yeah, you can do.
Yeah.
You can do a roll in them. Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah. What
He
else?
used to do that trick where he'd put a glass on the panel, and then he'd pour water into it while doing a roll, using the G-force to keep the water going into the glass while it was upside down and round.
I've seen him do. I've seen video of him doing an inside loop.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would try that, but maybe I would.
I imagine they're probably not certified for it anymore, but they could do it when new.
User disconnected from
I
your
think it. Whoa.
Lost Porky.
Porky didn't
Okay.
fly, did he? He was just.
I think Porky kept trying. He kept trying to speak, but we couldn't hear him.
User joined your channel.
Porky's back.
He got no microphone now.
No microphone.
He's got no sound. No microphone. No sound. No microphone. No sound now.
Oh man, look at this flight night, and I'm drinking green tea.
Oh, that's gonna be astringent on the old liver. Good job.
Sounds disgusting.
Oh, I love green tea. As long as
Actually
somebody
quite
else
nice.
is drinking it. Yeah, if somebody else is drinking it, I'm into it.
This version of the Commander that we've been working on, you guys, has got a much more accurate FTM than what you guys are flying.
Ooh, see it.
User disconnected from your channel.
Can you hear that? They're in the other. They're like 3 rooms away.
Oh, we can hear that.
That's my vicious guard dogs.
Yeah, I would say that's slightly inaccurate. There is a breeze, but there's not that much of it. It's not 20 knots.
It's not showing that, but it's just showing how it is actually missing Prestwick, which is why Prestwick will be getting it's in a lull there, and it's the same Belfast just on the edge. So everywhere with a weather centre is going to be giving incorrect weather for you. So we're probably going to be flying over your house in flight gear in 14-mile visibility.
Tune the FDM and the commander. It will now give you accurate fuel consumption per the book at cruise altitude and speed.
Yes, it does, and that it's a lot more. It's a lot easier to get it, keeping its momentum on approach.
Which means you can go a long way at was it 9,000 feet, Alex? Was it cruise altitude? Was it 9?
I can't remember how, but it was. We got it pretty close to the books, didn't we?
I think we're about 1 or 2 GP gallons per hour out. Only 1 or 2.
Yeah, 'cause it was really out, and then now it's about as close as you can get.
See, I have been doing stuff, you know.
We know.
Always busy, is Stuart.
User joined your channel.
It's become a phobia with you. You can't stop. You can't stop. You need to take it some holiday time, man.
Holiday, yeah. Holiday.
You do.
Can't get a holiday.
Don't you go in the winter?
No.
He is now officially stick in the mud, can't get away ever, ever. Oh, look! A call name of Stench!
Somebody farted.
Not me this time.
Still struggling with the frame rates. 'Cause it's got up to 15 now.
Mine's pegged at
Oh, mine's
66.
massive weather refresh there.
Whoa, what the hell?
It's manually refreshed mine. Jippity jump, jumpy jump, jump.
Can't see anybody else. Alex, we're on our own.
They're relatively close. There they are off at 5 o'clock. Someone's high and just about to come past at 6.
That's odd because the list shows you bearing 50 degrees and I'm 1.55 miles away, but I'm right on you almost. Something's not right here tonight.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
Not very rarely do I.
Yeah, like I was saying before break, I'm looking for somebody to be the flight leader for this Falklands flight.
Well,
Yeah.
is it ready?
Well, I think so. I just need to try a route out and timings and stuff. But somebody who can actually fly helicopters to lead it would be better. But I think we've got the Scout, we've got Sea-Kings, we've got Chinooks, we've got Lynx. The only thing we don't have is the Wessex.
We've got a Wessex model, it's not ready. We got what it says there's no links in the Falklands, but there was those Has-3s. I checked.
They were on the ships.
Yeah. So I've got the model for that as well. It's not ready. We've got everything, but they're just not releasable yet.
Well, I can put it on the back burner and for next year maybe. I just got another book on it. It's called Scram, and it's all the helicopter pilots' memoirs of the Falklands. I haven't read it yet, but it's got a lot more details. Like when they put 3 scouts on top of a mountain and fired the missiles off to one of the next mountain tops.
That'll work.
And on the cover pictures, quite interesting, it's a Wessex, but it's actually firing missiles.
If you look,
yeah.
if you look at the site of the Fleet Aero Museum, it's got hang on, I've lost it. I was looking at it. It's literally HMS Antrim and HMS Glamorgan were both deployed with Has-3s.
Has-3 links.
Yep.
Yeah. There was there is a web package for the Wessex, which I think put ungated rockets on one side of it. I can't remember. It wasn't a very common use thing. But saying that, the Falklands seen the only time British Gazelles were armed as well.
Yeah, well, I've got thousands of pictures now, and they didn't have a lot of helicopters, and they got more as more and more ships came. Some more turned up later, but when they did the actual landings, the D-Day, 21st of May, they were really near the knuckle with helicopter flights.
Well, that's just the Atlantic conveyor got sunk and all the helicopters were in storage in its belly.
Yeah, it could have been, if they hadn't got them off, they could have been well knackered. There were other helicopters on other ships. They're on some of these Galags and stuff like that. They were stuffed under the forecastles and stuff.
Forecastle? Jesus.
Yeah, they had like
Vauxhall.
they had them stuffed underneath there, and they had they did some other. There was a sister ship to the Atlantic Conveyor, Atlantic Causeway, and they actually built an hangar on the front of it using containers and put a sheet deck over the top to make some protection for the helicopters and like workshops at the same time.
Yeah, I can't remember. I did read about the effort to make that in a book. Anyway, we're going to make a slight right turn. Well, quite a big right turn. We'll come back in a second. If we head to about 210 degrees, bring us down the coast a little bit better. Going right 210.
Right, 210.
But yeah, it was always Algie's plan that we would one day do a massive full-length black buck with the Victor. In fact, that's why the Victor was done the way it was in Flight Gear with all the refueling systems. So black buck could be done, but we
didn't.
We didn't. I'd absolutely love to do that. I don't think enough people would be interested.
We don't have enough pilots to do all the Victors.
Oh, and it would take forever.
It would take a good number of hours, yes.
I did a New Year's Eve thing where I flew from Ireland to New York. That was boring as hell, but I made it.
Yeah, I might have to do something like that. Yeah, we got Christmas Eve's on a Saturday, isn't it?
Oh, no idea.
It is, yeah. Yeah, Christmas Eve's a Saturday. We could do a Christmas Eve flight.
Well, that would be good because the telly will be crap.
Well,
There'll be any electricity to watch TV by Christmas.
Oh, you shush! You
No.
are such a, what's the word I'm looking for? You are such a downer, Debbie Downer. Oh my goodness.
Well,
No.
they're on the radio this afternoon. Germany has been stockpiling gas. They've got 80% capacity now. England hadn't even thought about it. We have no capacity for gas.
Are you surprised? I'm not.
Surprise!
Well, they
No,
had.
I don't know. My bill at the beginning of this year was 61 quid a month, and as of tomorrow, it's 244 a month.
Be
And
adding
I'm using less. I'm using about a third less as well.
Well,
be adding another 0 on the end.
maybe if they just
This
give
isn't.
in to the Russians and let them have their way, and then we can all go back to doing it the way we want.
No, you won't, because you give them what they want, they'll just go to somewhere else and do it again.
Bam! Bam!
This isn't the price issue. This is we don't physically have the supplies to keep the power stations because we closed all our coal power stations down and gone on to gas. But we ain't got any gas now.
Well, reopen the coal ones. Or go
Pulled them
nuke.
down and blew them up.
Well, go nuke.
We stopped doing that about 50 years ago.
I think,
We have
the
to buy
last-
Chinese ones now.
Well,
The
you're
last nuclear
screwed.
power station was commissioned with 83, something like that. No?
There is one commission, but it's not due to come online until 2035 or something like that.
Yeah, and
Gonna
the
be
two
weird.
that are around here, both of them, or the two reactors that are around here, that you're not allowed to overfly, even when you when I go flying, they're literally in the circuit for the airfield. But one of them hasn't produced any power since 2007, and the other reactor hasn't produced any power since I think 2018 or something like that. And there's no plans to switch them back on at the moment because the maintenance for them's too expensive. So there's just nuclear reactors sat around producing absolutely nothing. Porky, no, we cannot hear you. We haven't heard you all night. Nope, still nothing.
Plug your mic in. Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
We're just all waiting for the little blue light.
Is it set to the correct input device? It's not changed itself somewhere to something obscure.
What mine keeps doing at the moment. Nope. Making a left turn 190. Turn left 190.
190 your mark, sir.
Stuart, do you have any interesting facts about this little box just off to our right?
I can't even see it. Which one rock are you looking at?
Isla Craig.
Isla Crag, isn't it?
Ailsa
Craig.
Craig. Oh, the Isla Craig bastard.
I had to get your attention.
Ailsa Craig is what is known as a volcanic plug. It is the core section remains of a volcano.
It's very nice how in Scotland you name all these places after me.
It's a specific
It's because
type,
it's a volcanic plug.
it's a specific type of blue granite it is formed from, and they use that blue granite to make the world's curling stones from.
There you go. Nope, nothing pokey.
Oh, the weather's clear and I can see Ailsa Craig now. The island is for sale if somebody wants to buy it. You can go and live there.
Do you get a cut of all the sales of curling things?
You do. There's a commission from the quarrying of the Carlton Stones, of an annual payment for it. I think it was $2.25 million they wanted for the island. There is no habitable structures on it that you can use. There is, however, a lighthouse and buildings and keepers' accommodations in the lighthouse area, which are being sold separately by the Northern Lighthouse Board, which you could also buy and then
User
live in it.
disconnected from your channel.
Oh no, they've reduced the price because it's been for sale for 13 years now with no one interested.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty unique little place.
You can now have it for £1.5 million.
Is that all?
It's a bargain. You're on private island, volcanic island. It's got the makings of an evil villain's lair just right there.
There were quite a good one on the program this week. It was other side of entrance to Milton Haven, Fort Thorn, one of these Victorian castles built on the rock to stop the French invading.
Seafort.
Yeah, they built two of them, so if ships coming into Milton Haven, they would have to pass between the two sets of guns.
Well, I have no control. My mouse has decided to not do certain things. Just
Excellent.
yeah, this is
Abandon all
gonna be
pilot.
great. I
User
don't
joined your
get it.
channel.
This little village coming up here on the coast at your 11 o'clock, Alex, is Maple. No, it's Maple Ballantrae, sorry. Ballantrae.
Yeah, I've only ever been to Scotland once, and we stayed on the coast. I think Girvan and Ballantrae and Stranraer and stuff, and the Scottish Bray, is it? The going up the hill with no engine.
Yeah, it's a bit strange that.
Is it Cullen Castle on the
Culzean
coast?
Castle. Culzean Castle.
I think
fixed
it's
it. I fixed it.
Did you?
Ballantrae's where I stopped and got diesel. I think there's a tiny little garage there or something.
Oh, was that when was that?
Well, when I was giving KDM a lift back.
Alright, yeah. Yes, there is a tiny little garage in there, yeah. They do little boat trips from there out to the Ailsa Craig.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I've been told they now do them from governance.
Yeah, I just got this book on helicopters in the Falklands. It says the links. One of them had a go at the submarine on South Georgia.
Yes, I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Although I think the Wasps actually finished it off.
Well, it managed to get back to the dock, didn't it? And then they just sort of settled on the bottom, and then they got dragged out and sunk eventually.
I think they were trying to tow it back and it sank in bad weather.
Yeah. This just coming up in front. I think Loch Rian. Is that right, Stuart?
Shut up.
Loch Rian.
That's
Loch.
the one.
Loch.
Loch Rhine.
Yeah, you say it, Stu.
Loch Rhine.
Loch Rian.
The French one.
Doesn't sound French. Sounds Dutch.
No? Dutch, that's it.
And this little ditch in front of you, just fly over, is Finnart's Bay. This is where the coastal guns were mounted, Alex, just in the cliff face overlooking the loch.
No, okay. The Loch.
Loch. Shut it.
The Loch.
Left turn 164 degrees. I'll fly down the side of this. Stuart does an excellent history tour around this area if you're ever in the region.
You're now actually following the flight route for the range targets, for the hard target. This is the path you would fly in. You're a little bit high, but there you go.
Driving.
We still haven't put those arrows in flight gear, have we, Stuart?
No.
Oh, Christ.
Jesus, what the hell are you doing?
What
I
are
have
you-
no idea.
where are
It's
you
on
going?
autopilot. It just did a weather refresh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
the
guys.
weather refreshing nicely.
It's got windier.
Mm-hmm.
Not much in visibility down, but it's got windier.
User disconnected from your
Directly
channel.
off your starboard wing now, Alex, is the former RAF Wig Bay, which is the big seaplane base.
Yes,
And if you've got the orthos, you'll see all the seaplane stands.
which you can see the seaplane stands. Yeah.
You're now passing up Cairn Ryan, which is just on your coast just below you now. And there is apparently a ship there tied up next to the former military dock. I wonder if it was a warship. No, it's not a warship, it is a ferry.
It's a
It's in
Viking.
the wrong place for the ferry.
Oh, I thought it was a Viking cruise ship.
And is that long pier? That's where the old carrier was broken up, isn't it?
No, that long pier there, that's the P&O ferry terminal.
Oh, okay.
Where that the other ship is, between there and the Stenaport, which is the other one back up north of the coast there was 2 military piers there, and that's where the Ark Royal was disposed of.
Yeah.
Bombing range is now coming up on the hill on your left wing. Raid fell.
If we got the orthos in high enough resolution, you should be able to see the arrows anyway, shouldn't you?
Should do, but I don't think they exist for this area. Now that's the little black lock, the black lock and the white lock off near 10 o'clock, and Luckin's Castle is over there too.
Oh, she's
Holy
doing
shit.
a wiggle again.
My house is over there.
Yay, hi Stu.
Yeah, it smells fishy around here. And look, there's a ferry at the pier in town as well.
Yes,
Is there really?
yes there is. And that dark patch of land there next to the 2 locks on the left, that was former RAF Castle Kennedy. If you've got the orthos, you'll see the outlines of the runway.
I see your house.
I'm waving. I'm mooning out the window.
That's not.
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
not. That's
I've
not a
got time to
wave.
put it away.
That's not a wave. That's a finger.
Well, that's not a finger. He's just very unfortunate.
Oh my goodness! Large hands.
And on your 12 o'clock is West Fruit.
West fruit.
Otherwise known as Wet Through by some RAF crews.
I can't imagine why with this wonderful weather there is there today.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Yeah, the weather's not looking great.
What way should we land, Stuart?
It's actually more of a southeasterly, so you need to land from the west.
Okay, in that case we'll go overhead. We'll make a break turn right. I'll make a long approach in. Yeah, the orthos make the runway look very offset in flight gear, don't they?
It does a bit.
Ooh,
and
it is.
I repositioned all those hangars, by the way, but it didn't work out right.
They're all very wonky in flight gear.
Yes. I tried. Right, so the soft target is just below your left wing there, Alex. Hard target is just a little bit further along the coast on the left. And now or sand head area. The Sons of Loose Caravan Park below you now.
Wonderful. They look busy tonight.
So it's just starting to it's always busy. And this next bit is Sunhead Village. And way down there on the, you follow the coast as well to the south, is the Mull of Galloway, which is the most southerly point of Scotland. The perimeter of West Brook and the runway area and the range areas are monitored remotely by Boscombe Down 24/7 in case of intruders.
I'm sure they won't mind us visiting. FlightNight, after all.
True.
Yeah, my frame rates have gone right down to 13 now. It seems to be after about 2 hours or so, it just tanks.
Mine
no,
went south too, so there's something around here that's killing us.
No, it's, for me it's a time thing. I don't know what it is.
I'll try to give you a factoid. There's a little round patch of soil there just in front of you. That's Collins Hill. And there's a little parking bit that used to be part of the MOD high definition radar station. You can park up there and you can look right down on the runway.
Oh, excellent.
Just right under you right now.
Yeah, I see that.
Try not to land on top of you. I think I'm a little ahead of you there.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Finding approach about 85 knots works best at the moment, and then try and get the wheels to touch about 70 and it's down better. Only problem with this thing is because the nose wheel's so close to the fuselage, I'm trying not to land it too flat, but at the same time you don't want to put too much of an angle on it.
Parking up on the right, sir.
Park on the right.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Shove it on the taxiway, I think, yeah.
Well, the normal parking area is in front of those five hangars over there.
Well, we'll go over there then.
Yeah, that's where they usually park. But in flight gear, it's not really represented.
How is it in X-Plane 11? Because that should be what we're getting in World Scenery 3.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Don't taxi through the hangars.
I'm not going to taxi through that, guys.
Good stuff, yeah. That's fine. Voodoo screwed up his tongue, so he's right in the tail of your plane.
Can't reverse.
Would you like me to
this
move a
either,
bit,
can
Voodoo?
Yeah, please, because I'll always have to run you over. I don't know why this thing won't turn. Thank you.
Go behind, I'll come here and left a bit. There we go, we made that. Because it's so windy, they don't like to turn when it's this windy. What have we got at the moment? What does it say with the weather's doing?
Well, out my window it's dry at the minute.
Winds 140, 10 knots. But it is getting it from the GAC, which is... yeah, still Belfast. Closest flight gear can find. Yeah, if you put, it still doesn't matter where you are. Put EGOY into anywhere and it gives you Belfast's meta.
Who's gonna do next week?
I got it.
Thank you, Voodoo.
You're welcome.
User
Okay.
joined
Thanks for
your
doing
channel.
tonight. It was cool, man.
Oh, who will join channel?
Porky back with that mic. Yeah, it was a bit of fun, and I'll be honest, doing the flight makes me arrange everything around it, so I have no choice but to commit, which isn't easy these days.
Yep, and they're done that. Families always want to make demands on your time. Just tell them, I can't come, man. I got a flight going, man. Well, they'll just have to do it without you. Well, it can't happen, so off.
They're always doing some flights when they get summer past.
No problem. Anybody heard from Gary lately? I should
No.
like drive over there and kick him and say, "Are you okay, man?" What's up?
Yeah, go do that.
I've seen
Night Flash.
Right,
yeah, Night Flash. Yeah, I've seen. I don't even think he's been logging into the forum.
We gotta go find him. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video. So say goodnight, Mom. Good night, Mom.
Good night, everyone.
Alright.
From your channel.
Night all.
Night.